Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Vedic Heritage. This is the 4th episode of the series exploring Samskrtam from the perspective of pronunciation of stotras and shlokas. In the previous episode, I have detailed the pronunciation of the vargiya Vyanjanani from K to M. In this episode, we will go further and cover the rest of the Vyanjanams. Vyanjanams are classified in multiple ways. In the previous episode, we have seen 3 classifications. I will give a quick recap. The first category is based on the place of origin of the sound, called Uchharasthanam. If the sound originates in the throat, it is Kanthya. If it originates at the palate, it is Talavya, and so on. The second category is based on the position of the tongue which causes the sound. For example, if the tongue is curled in or touching the roof of the mouth, it is Murdhanya. If touching the teeth, it is Dantavya, and so on. This category based on the position of the tongue is called Karanam. The third category is based on the amount of energy or breath used while producing the sound, Pranah. Alpa Prana Vyanjanams use less breath. For example, K, T, P. And Mahaprana Vyanjanams use a higher amount of breath, K, T, P. There is a fourth category possible, which is based on the amount of air moving through the mouth while producing that sound, which is defined by the restriction imposed by the organs of speech. There are 3 types listed in this. Sounds which are formed by complete contact of the organs of speech. Where there is complete contact, then obviously this stops the airflow completely. This is why we refer to these sounds as stopped sounds. The Samskrta name is SprshTam, complete contact. The vargiya Vyanjanams fall under this category. For example, K, T, P, etc. These are stopped sounds, SprshTam, formed by complete contact. The next set of sounds are produced when there is more relaxation of the organs of speech. This results in only a slight contact among them, which allows a bit of air to flow through mildly. These sounds are called Eeshatsprshtam, mild contact. The final set of sounds are formed when the mouth is relaxed enough to allow a wider opening of the organs of speech, which results in a better flow of air. These sounds are called Eeshadvivrta, slightly wider opening. Today we can explore the Vyanjanams categorized in these 3 ways. Let us start with the vargiya Vyanjanani, the Vyanjanams of K, Ch, T, T and P vargas. They fall under the SprshTam category, where the consonant sound is made through complete contact of the organs of speech, which restricts airflow, thus forming stop sounds. Therefore, the vargiya Vyanjanani are called Sparshaha, sounds formed through SprshTam or complete contact. Now observe the consonant table. Following the Sparshaha, there are 4 consonants marked in sea blue: Y, R, L, V. When you pronounce these consonants, the organs of speech touch slightly or are close to each other. Therefore, they are called Eeshatsprshtam, mild contact. This allows for a small amount of air to flow through the mouth. Try saying it. Y, R, L, V. This set of 4 Vyanjanams are not exactly consonants. They are the intermediate sounds that are produced by transitioning between specific vowels into the a vowel sound. Since they are produced by vowels yet resemble consonants, they are called Semi-vowels. AntastAh. Literally, AntastAh means located in between, in this case in between consonants and vowels. Let us now see the formation of each of these AntastAhs. E plus A gives Y, as in yet in English. It is a talavya or a palatal sound since the air reflects off the palate. The second sound is r plus a, giving r. As in rip in English, it is a murdhanya or a cerebral sound since the air reflects off the roof of the mouth. The third is l plus a, giving l, as in lit in English. It is a dantavya or a dental sound since the tongue touches the teeth. Fourth is u plus a, giving v. It is pronounced as v or v, as in verse or paw in English. It is dantavya oshtavya cha, both a dental and a labial sound since both teeth and lips are engaged. Thus, AntastAh are formed by slight touch and minimal movement of air, y, r, l, v. There is one more alphabet which falls in this category. It is seen only in ancient Samskrta texts and shlokas. It is also used in certain meditations. It is a deep sound, l. It is a murdhanya or a cerebral sound which is formed by rolling the tongue and touching the roof of the mouth, l. Moving on to the next classification, Eeshadvivrta, sounds made by slightly wider opening of speech organs and more airflow. This results in more air-filled sounds. So they are aspirant sounds, which are produced using a puff of air. Mahaprana sounds like k, b, p are also aspirants, but they are produced by stopping the air. Whereas in the Eeshadvivrta Vyanjanams, air is specifically released in a controlled manner, producing hissing sounds. Therefore, they are also called Sibilants, which are hissing sounds. In Samskrta, they are called UShmaNAh, which literally means vapor or steam or hissing. The Sibilants aspirants are 3 in number, marked in dark blue, sh, sh and s. The voice box is not engaged in producing these sounds. They are made purely by air hissing through the mouth. So they are aghosha, unsounded. Sh, sh, s. S is similar to simple in English. You will realize that for s, we move the tongue forward, directing the air towards the teeth. Therefore, it is a dental, a dantavya aspirant sibilant. For example, sagara, sundari, siddha. Sh, similar to show in English. Just try saying sh. The sides of the tongue touch the teeth and the mid-rear portion of the tongue slightly touches the hard palate, reflecting the air off of it. Therefore, it is a palatal sound, a talavya. Shabari, sharvari, shivaha. The next consonant, sh, is a deeper sound. The tip of the tongue is curled in towards the roof of the mouth and the air is reflected off the roof. It is a murdhanya or a retroflex sound. Sh, sh. For example, Vishnu, Pushpam, Oshtau. The fourth is ha. This is similar to hunt in English. It is the sound of air expelled from the throat. Therefore, it is a guttural aspirant. Kanthya. For example, harau, hita. It is only an aspirant because it is an expulsion of air. But there is no hissing or restriction of air movement by the mouth, so it is not a sibilant. H is accompanied by the vocal cords. Thus, it is a sounded or a saghosha aspirant. So far, we have seen the AntastAh and the UShmaNAh. We come to the final row of consonants marked in green boxes. These are not taken as a part of the main consonants because they are only combination Vyanjanams, which means that although they have a distinct form, they are in fact only a combination of other consonants seen earlier. They are called Samyukta aksharAni, combination consonants. All consonants may be combined with one another, and most of their forms are determined by their original forms. But in a few cases, the combined form is different from their individual forms. These three Samyukta aksharAni are only indicative of those. Since ksha, tra, nya are most commonly used, they are popularly included in this table. I will do the Samyukta aksharAni of all consonants in a separate episode, as those who are unfamiliar with Samskritam will find it very difficult to read as well as pronounce them. Summing up the content so far, the four consonants y, r, l, v and l are Eeshatsprshtam, since they are produced when parts of the mouth touch slightly and very little air flows through the mouth. They are not true consonants because they are produced by transitioning from specific vowels into the a sound and therefore called AntastAh, positioned in between or semi-vowels. The consonants sh, sh, s and h are produced by loose contact of mouth parts and better airflow. They are Eeshadvivrta. Since they are sounds produced by airflow, these sounds are called aspirants. And since s, sh and sh are hissing sounds, they are called Sibilants. UShmaNAh. S, sh and sh do not use the vocal cords and therefore they are a ghosha, and h sound uses the vocal cords, therefore it is sa ghosha. With this, I have covered the pronunciation of all Vyanjanams in the Samskrta table of consonants. Once we are able to pronounce the consonants well, chanting shlokas will become easier. If you found this episode helpful, please share with friends, family and others who may benefit from it. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Hari Om.